This is Dr. Joyabrata Sarkar, Faculty Head of Power Educational Institute. Today I will discuss the most difficult according to the students chapter from the Science of Cbse class 10, that is Control and Coordination. So at first, before going to the chapter proper, we have to know that what is they are telling about the control and coordination. So at first we have to understand these two terms: what is control and what is coordination. What is control and what is coordination? Control means our body is having many more organ systems, as we have learned in the previous chapter, that is life process. In life process we have learned about the digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system. So these systems can be controlled by your body. So these systems are controlled either by some electrical impulses or by some chemical messages. So it can be controlled by your body by some electrical impulses or by some chemical messengers. So these two systems, that is electrical impulse which is produced by the nervous system and chemical messengers which are produced by the endocrine. So I am basically talking about the hormones which are controlling your body functions by controlling the organ system. And coordination means all these organ systems of your body are interrelated with each other. Like your digestive system and circulatory systems are interrelated. How? Because at the end of the digestion, in the phase of absorption, all the simpler substances of your body are absorbed into the circulatory system, and that circulatory system is circulating all the essential nutrients into all the cells. So these two are connected. Again, your respiratory system and the circulatory systems are connected. As you have learned that alveoli is surrounded by the blood vessels or capillaries which are helping in the gaseous exchange. So that is also interlinked with the circulation. So all your body systems are coordinating with each other. This coordination is maintained also by either the electrically via the nervous system, or it is chemically coordinating with each other via the endocrine system. So these two systems are helping your control and coordination. So in this chapter we will learn about the nervous system as well as the endocrine system. So before going into the detailed chapter discussion, we have to know some terminologies, like what is stimuli. Stimuli is basically the change in the external environment or any internal environment of the body. So any change in the internal or external environment. Internal environment means in your body temperature, body pH, body salinity, anything in your body, if it is changing, that can be considered as a stimuli. Or an external, like any weather change during seasonal changes, or any change in the rainfalls, any change in the temperature, any change in other physical factors of the environment can be considered as the external stimuli. So these stimuli can be, example is heat, cold, sound, smell, taste, touch, and etc. All these are stimuli to the living organism. Any living organism can accept or receive the stimuli from the outer environment or inner environment, because all this living organism has a power to respond to this stimuli. So our body is having some receptors, like for the touch we have some thigmoreceptors which is helping in sensation of the touch in the skin. We have some tangoreceptors in the tongue, that is the taste buds, which are helping in the sensation of the taste. We are having some hearing receptors or auditory receptors for hearing. in the ears. So all these receptors are helping in receiving the stimuli. This stimuli, after receiving, this will go to the nervous system, and this will be carried out by the sensory nerve as an impulse to your nervous system, mainly central nervous system. Then your body will give a response on the basis of processing in the central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord. This processing, after processing, this will be sent as a motor signal to your effector organ. So these receptors we have already discussed, that is the photoreceptor, phonoreceptors, that is the auditory, olfactory means present in the nasal cavity for sensation of smell, gustatory is or the tango is present in the tongue, and these tango receptors or the touch but thigmoreceptors are present in the skin. So effector means the organs which are giving the response, like the muscles that is promoting the movement of your body as a response, like a mosquito bites you and you are slapping on the mosquito by your hand as a response. So your hand is moving, so muscle is acting as an effector organ. Or in any situation where your secretion is needed, like you have eaten a piece of biscuit, so your body starts secreting the digestive enzymes. So here the glands are acting as a effector organ. So these are important to know about receptor and effector. Then we have to know about the sensory nerve and motor nerve. So your body is having sensory nerve which is carrying the signal from the receptor to the central nervous system or the controlling unit of your body, that is brain and spinal cord, and motor nerves are coming from the central nervous system to the periphery to the effector organ so that your body can respond. So this is the main thing we have to know before we go to the exact chapter. Nervous system is mainly formed by the nervous tissue, and mostly the nervous tissue is formed by the nerve cell. So it is formed by nerve cell as well as some supporting cells which is called as neuroglia. So these nerve cells you have learned from very small classes that it is known as neuron. So this neuron is having a long structure, so it is the longest cell of your body, and this neuron is having mainly the cell body or the cyton. It is also known as cyton or soma, and it has some extensions from it. So it has a long extension which is known as axon, and it has some short extensions which are known as dendron, and they are further divided into dendrites. So this cell body is having the nucleus, centrally placed nucleus, and it has having all other essential organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, etc., etc. It is also having a specialized thing known as Nissls granules. It is having Nissls granules. Nissls granules mainly help in the formation of the neurotransmitters. We will learn about neurotransmitter in our next class. And it is having a long extension for the impulse conduction, that is axon. Axon can sometime have, because it is transferring the impulse, so it will be helpful in conduction, but it should be either insulated or non-insulated. If it is insulated, then it is insulated by a covering that is known as myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is secreted by the Schwann cell. So it is having Schwann cell on the top of the axon. All the Schwann cells are arranged which are secreting the insulation, that is myelin sheath, which insulate the conduction so that it cannot leak out from the neuron. And that axon has some axon terminal which are ending into some bulb like structures which are known as synaptic bulb. Synaptic bulb. So this is the basically detailed structure which is known as neuron. This neuron receives signal from the dendrite from another neuron, and this signal is transferred to the axon by conduction of the impulse, and then this signal is transferred from one axon of the one neuron to another at the junction known as synapse via the neurotransmitters. So these neurotransmitters are the chemicals which is helping in conduction of the signal from the synaptic bulb of one axon terminal of the neuron and to the dendrite of the next neuron. So this is the detailed structure we have learned about the neuron. In the next class we will learn about the nervous tissue.